Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we talk about Rogers the Musical,
Disneyland Hotel Villas,
and our top 5 Disneyland breakfast options. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 72. Cannot wait to dive in and get this one started.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, and hello if you're new here. But so it's another week filled with packing. We're prepping for the move. It's a lot, but we're keeping our sanity. We're carving out a little time every single night to watch a TV show or something, just so we have kind of a little bit of consistency with our usual stuff.
Yeah.
And so we've been keeping up on The Last of Us and Servant over on Apple TV and Animal Kingdom over on Disney Plus.
All good shows.
All great shows.
Amazing. Yep, the move's coming up soon. So.
Yep, it's as you're hearing this, it's this week. If you're hearing it the first week it came out.
Yay.
And so we're prepping. We're looking around and wondering what piece of furniture is going to break. There's always something that gets chipped up but it is what it is. It's part of the process.
It's so true.
Yeah, so hey, before we dive into the Disney news and all that good stuff, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Giant help to the show. And honestly, if you have like 5 seconds only, you can literally scroll down on this episode or on our like show page, and you can just click the 5 stars. It takes 3 seconds. If you click it, that's amazing. If you want to help us out even more, you can leave a review. It takes 2 minutes. Type it out. Hey, I like this show. It makes me happy. That's awesome. And that also gets sent to Apple. It helps us show up higher up on the results when people search for Disney podcasts.
Yeah.
And again, just shows us that you're liking the show. So.
Yeah, we would love that. And again, if you do take the time to do that, thank you so much. And as always, thank you to everyone who has done so already. We really appreciate you.
Yes, we do. And you can also support the show by using our Getaway Today link to book your Disney vacation. So that is linked here in the episode description, as well as our website. And it's somewhere on Instagram, I'm sure.
Yes.
And you can save $10 on a vacation package if you use Market House 10. Market House 10. And you're already saving money. Again, it's not just $10. It's just an additional $10
Which
of
is awesome.
savings. Yeah, hey, $10 here, $10 there. It adds up.
Get some merch.
I went to return a tape dispenser at Lowe's tonight. I couldn't because it didn't come with the tape it came with. I had taken it off.
We forgot it at home.
So I was like, all right, I'll come back, I guess. But hey, I was like trying to save $12 because I didn't like the dispenser. It adds up.
Hey, little by little.
It adds up.
Yes.
All right, let's dive into the news.
All right, first up, we have some super exciting news. Disney just announced that there is a new show coming to the Hyperion Theater.
Yes, they teased it. We knew that something was coming. We didn't know what.
Well, we originally thought it might have been like Hercules. That got shot down quickly.
We didn't think that. I said the
Others.
interwebs were saying it was Hercules.
They were incorrect because Rogers the Musical is coming.
Yeah.
Everyone's freaking out about this.
I'm not disappointed it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm also not super excited.
Yeah.
So if you're unaware of what Rogers the Musical is, this was a fake Broadway show that was shown in Hawkeye.
That's right.
The series.
Towards the end.
Loved Hawkeye, but it's so bizarre to me that they're bringing to life a fake Broadway show featured in a TV show. It's so like weird.
It's weird, but again, I know it like does fit the area because
it does.
It's in hopefully this means that they're doing something with that back area because now that theater is going to have Avengers Campus theming. Because Avengers in it.
That's wishful. I don't think they will do that. But yeah.
But again, I still don't understand what they're going to do back there in that area. It's so weird.
We'll see. This is at least using the theater. I'm thankful that they're using the vacant theater for something.
Yeah, we loved going in there,
of
especially
all
on
things,
hot days.
Yeah, of all things, I don't know if Rogers the Musical is it, but hey, for you very big Marvel fans, I'm sure this is exciting. But for us casual fans, it's a like, oh, okay, cool, we'll check it out.
Yeah, I wish they would bring back Aladdin.
Me too.
I know.
OSHA had a problem with that floating or that magic carpet ride.
Oh my gosh, that was scary.
They shut that thing down. So it's showing for a limited time. So it's the summer only. No specific dates yet, but only the summer of 2023 is when Rogers will be showing at the Hyperion Theater. All right, next up, we've got some very exciting hotel news, and Disneyland has released more details around the new DVC tower at the Disneyland Hotel, and it looks
it's beautiful,
very good. People were ripping on it, I think just the new construction in general, and they're like, yep, that's boring, and they're supposed to do something different.
It is definitely not boring.
It's beautiful.
Stunning.
So the villas at Disneyland Hotel will be opening in September of this year and are available to book starting in March. So that's coming up.
That's coming up
That's
so quickly.
in a few weeks here. Bookings will open early to Disney Vacation Club members, of course, on March 15th, and to Disneyland Magic Key holders on March 16th. And then finally, the general public will have a chance to reserve their room on March 17th. So let me tell you some of the details here around the villas. So again, mind you, keep in mind that this is a DVC resort. So about more than half, I bet, are DVC members, right? People that buy into, again, if you don't know what DVC is, it's basically Disney's timeshare program.
Right.
So you buy points, you buy this contract. I think they're like 20 to 50 years or something. They're long. Mm-hmm. It's a big commitment. So if you buy, it's high dollar, buy a contract, you get access to X amount of points every single year, and you have a home resort. And I'm not going to get into too many details. I don't know a ton about it. We're not members, but I know just enough to kind of navigate the subject. So anyways, they will dedicate about probably 60-70% of the inventory to DVC members to purchase in. Disney will own, I'm making up these numbers, but let's say 30-40% of the hotel. Disney themselves will own it. And then that's what you're booking as a regular person if you want to stay at these villas.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting to me. I thought you only had to be DVC to stay there.
No. So you can use it as a regular hotel. You're just going to pay probably double what a normal hotel room costs.
Gotcha.
It will be very expensive. So okay. I bet you if a regular Disneyland hotel room is like, let's say $500, I bet you this will be closer to like $800.
Gotcha.
Or something. So yeah, they're primarily, it's not a very good deal, let me tell you, to book it cash. It's a terrible deal. It's better to rent DVC points or just become a DVC member if you want to regularly stay in this kind of resort. But anyways, just keep that in mind when we're talking about these rooms. They are going to be very expensive if you're not a DVC member. Each room will be inspired by classic Disney animated films, including Fantasia, Princess and the Frog, The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, and more, with furnishings, design, and artwork reflective of each theme.
And hold on, let's rewind. Yes, he said The Princess and the Frog.
Yes.
And Disney, again, like Caleb mentioned, did release some photos of what it's going to look like inside some of the rooms, and it is stunning.
Stunning. They're beautiful.
And what I do like about them is that obviously they have Disney elements, like for example, the Tiana one. In the picture they released, there's like a photo of her in the background, but it's not an overly done like Disney is just everywhere in this room.
Sure.
It's very modern. It's like slight touches, which I really enjoy. So I'm super excited to see them like in real life.
I know. So this is one that I'm like, this is going to be worth like renting some DVC points and staying here when it opens up. First of all, it's opening up sooner than I thought. That is
very quick.
September. That's very fast.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I feel like they were just working on it yesterday.
Well, yeah, when we went with my family in September,
it was all just
we were sitting there drinking. I remember having a drink at what's it called?
Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's, thank you. And we were looking, just going, wow, they were only like a few floors up with concrete. So,
and then this past trip, we were like, okay,
yeah,
like it's almost done. And then now here we are.
I wish like construction in our town was that fast.
Yes.
It's like they're working on a road for like 4 years and they're like, it's done. It's chipped up like 5 minutes later.
That's true.
So anyways, Disney moves fast, but we're very excited. Again, if you've got some spare DVC points and you're not using them, we'll rent them from you.
Yes, we would love to. We would love to rent. We love doing that, and we are possibly looking into doing maybe Disney World.
Bummed. Yeah. Okay. So Disney World in a year or two.
Yes, and we love renting DVC points. If you do have any that you are not going to use, we will definitely rent.
Yes, and so
I almost said from Disney.
From Disney, we were looking. So we have. Oh,
that's
okay. Thank you. Apple's Siri was just talking to me. Good grief. If you, we were looking at a trip in January of 24, and we'll come out with details of what that looks like later. But we were looking at renting DVC points to go stay at the Riviera.
Yes.
And our booking window opened up, like not our booking window, but someone that has DVC points opened up like a few weeks ago. They're gone already.
I know, which I can't believe that.
So yeah.
We know it's popular, but again, with it being January, I know it's the time of year, but it's a bummer. And now I think that's exactly what's going to happen with this new hotel.
Oh, it's going to be booked forever.
It's going to be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we already have issues with the Grand Californian, let alone this thing, and it's beautiful.
This has a whole tower. I will say the Grand Californian has like 20 rooms that are deep. That's why they booked up so fast. So anyways, Disneyland Hotel Villas look amazing. If you have the opportunity to stay here, do it, and let us know what you think.
All right, next up on our news, we have some very interesting news. It looks like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway queue has ended.
Yeah, the virtual queue has come to a close as of February 22nd, which now means you've got to stand in that standby line or buy a lightning lane.
Yes, and I'm assuming it's because they're wanting to push the lightning lanes rather than having people have free virtual queues.
Yeah, so you have to imagine that they were dedicating, let's say 50% to virtual queue times and then trying to sell some lightning lanes in between there. And so now they've got it all available for lightning lane bookings. I don't know. Maybe it's the cynic in us,
yes.
But I'm assuming they'd like that revenue. And I don't know, maybe the virtual queue wasn't as needed as maybe they thought it was. I don't know.
Something. I'm not sure. But I did have one thing I wanted to mention. We've had a couple of friends who've gone recently, and I was listening to a podcast. It was Disneyland Forever's podcast.
Okay.
And they just recently went on the new ride, and they said that it's worth your wait basically to go through the queue and like wait in the actual standby line.
Yeah, it's super interactive, I've heard. So the standby line is just themed to heck.
Yes.
And it looks really, really good.
So if you do have the time, I would definitely recommend, instead of buying the lightning lane, like definitely go through the line, because the theming in there is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. So I'm excited to ride this, and we will probably do standby first, and then if we for some reason need to ride it quickly, we'll buy lightning lane.
Right.
But yeah, definitely worth the standby line just once. All right, next up, we've got some news coming out of Disneyland again, and that is some more details around San Francisco Square. So this is the, previously it was called Pacific Wharf, and basically it's that cluster of restaurants over there in DCA, kind of next to the entrance of Pixar Pier.
Right.
And anywho, they're retheming it too, like we mentioned, Big Hero 6, San Francisco, and Disney Imagineering has come out with kind of an explanation of what this land is about. San Francisco Square will transport you to the not-too-distant future in a fictional mashup of two iconic cities, San Francisco and Tokyo. As the tech industry began to emerge and the local fishing trade fell on hard times, entrepreneurs came together to reinvent the seaside canneries into a vibrant, multicultural district of neighborhood restaurants and small businesses where you'll be able to eat and shop.
That sounds exciting.
It looks good. So yeah, I would definitely not have super high expectations for this area. It looks like just a good classic overlay and just kind of retheming. There's really no introduction of, I don't believe, anything new. The only thing is they're adding a Baymax meet and greet,
which I am so excited for.
That's going to be awesome. But that's, I think, the only new thing. Everything else is the same.
Right. And then the iconic like bridge that they're adding. Like
Sure.
the red.
That is true.
Yeah.
And
the Golden Gate.
Yeah, the theming's changing. Just no new things,
Right.
I guess.
Correct.
Am I forgetting correct? I think there's supposed to be an addition of a store. Am I wrong?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear about the store. So right when you mentioned that, I'm like, oh.
I think there's a store coming.
Okay.
So yeah, I think there's a store and a Baymax meet and greet, but that's pretty much it.
I mean, if you think about it, there's definitely space over there, especially like, you know where that old truck is? They sell like beer and alcohol and all that kind of stuff. Like all over there is like open space. And then in between the Lucky Fortune Cookery and
there's a lot of dead space.
There's a ton of dead space. So being able to do something with that would be nice. I know they are keeping Ghirardelli. I know people were worried about that. So that's staying there.
You mean I can still get a $24 shake? Yes.
Hey, it's the whole thing with San Francisco. It's iconic to go there.
I know. We do like it.
Hey,
it's
the
good.
Gold Rush shake?
Dude, okay, no. We got that in Disney Springs, and it was the most sugar I've consumed in a sitting.
But it was the most amazing shake.
That's where those ladies took my seat, too.
Oh, okay.
That was rude. No, I'm sitting there like Caitlin went to go grab. I'm sitting there with my ice cream all excited. We were splitting this Gold Rush shake thing for $18. And I'm waiting for you. You had to go grab something from inside.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was napkins or another spoon or something. And these ladies saw Caitlin sitting right next to me on this bench. And I had no idea who she was. She came and sat right next to me. And
Both of them. I came back and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, and I like didn't know if I'm like, should I tell them to move? So I just kind of like sat there and stared at them like, thanks.
We
But
just got up and walked around. But
people are mean.
hey, you know what? The shake was really good.
It was worth it. It was worth the walking around with our shake. All right, and our final news story takes place over on the East Coast, and Walt Disney World Annual pass holders will be able to visit the parks after 2 p.m. without a park reservation starting on April 18th. That is awesome.
Exciting, but it looks like they're still doing some restrictions.
Yeah, so on Magic Kingdom, I'm not remembering correctly what those were. I don't think you can do it on the weekends at Magic Kingdom and like some certain weird things. So Magic Kingdom's the only one I think that's restricted.
Okay.
All the other ones, again, if you're a Walt Disney World expert, please correct us if we're wrong.
Right.
But that's my understanding, is that Magic Kingdom's the only one that has some kind of stipulations around it.
But that's super exciting that they're letting people do that now.
Yeah, if you're local and you're just sitting there having dinner and you want to go grab some dessert or something, that is so sick.
We're so jealous that you guys are able to do that.
Yes. So if you are a Disney World, I almost said Magic Key holder, if you're an annual pass holder over there on the East Coast, this is great news. All right, you know what that cash register sound means? It's time for Shop the Mouse with Market House.
We are back.
We're back. It's been a couple weeks since Caitlin has brought the items for feature on the podcast, but it's time.
We have a couple good things today.
All right, let's hear them.
A couple home items that I thought would be beneficial since we've been moving. I've been looking at different ideas.
Trust me. Caitlin's looking at a lot of home ideas.
Okay. The first thing that we have is actually a measuring spoon set. It is kind of like a gold color, and what I love about these is it looks very mid-century modern.
Ooh, okay.
The actual spoon, the measuring spoon portion, has little Mickey ears on it, so they're super cute. They're around $19.99, which is a little very expensive for measuring
For
spoons.
measuring spoons.
I mean, yeah, when I think about it, I'm like,
Better
$20.
make it sound- Make it taste better.
But they're super cute, and it's a part of their Disney Homestead collection. They just came out, and again, there's a little ring that's attached to them that keeps them all together. But they're super cute. I love them.
Awesome.
And next up, we have an Orange Bird tray, paying tribute to all of you Walt Disney World people over there. Caleb loves Orange Bird.
I love the Orange Bird.
And it always reminds us of getting a Dole Whip at Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
There's that little area. I forget what it's called, but it's such a cute area, and I love the theming and like the little
There's like a
mural.
Orange Bird mural on the brick wall. Yes.
So this is really awesome. It literally reminded me of summertime just looking at it. Think of like a serving tray that you'd put like in the middle, like in your living room or your kitchen. You can put a candle on it. It's that in a way. Has like an orange rim, has the orange bird in the middle of it, and then it says Florida in like the orange bird font. And then it has like a little thinking cloud, and it says Think Orange. I just think it's so cute.
For all you Florida fans.
Yes. Even if you're not a Florida fan, I think this is adorable.
Yeah.
I love it.
I just love advertising the state of Florida.
I know. I kind of wish they would have put like Disney World, but
I know. It's kind of funny how they choose. But I guess it is a representation of
because Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, it makes.
Yeah. Now that we're talking out loud, I'm like, that makes sense.
I'm like, do you just want to put Disney World on it? No, but they're definitely really cute items. So if you're looking to get a new serving tray or help yourself in the kitchen with measuring little different salts or peppers, whatever it is.
Salts. I need something to measure my salts.
We have the OG measuring spoon set where they're like the plastic and they're black, and on the end of them they have little Mickey gloves.
Yeah,
they're
and
so
I think
cute.
I chewed up I turned one of the garbage disposal on and chewed one up. But
that's okay.
We're left with 3 of them.
We have a couple left. This episode of Market House is brought to you by Wishes & Co. Hey everyone, I just wanted to jump on here really quick to tell you about Wishes & Co. They have the perfect apparel and jewelry for your next trip to the parks or just around the house.
Shop Wishes & Co. for theme park inspired magical apparel and jewelry. Take 15% off your entire order for the month of February with code MarketHouse15. Go to wishesandco.com to see more and redeem your code today. Hey, before we dive into our main segment, we wanted to hop on and just update you on our trivia session that's going to come up. So we opened it up on Instagram for you guys to submit some trivia questions, which you came out and did it. There's a ton on there, which we seriously appreciate. But instead of trying to squeeze it all into one trivia segment on an episode, we thought we'd dedicate an entire episode to trivia.
Yes.
And this is something that you can play along with us. So we'll have some kind of point system, which you'll hear on the episode. Mm-hmm. And then I think Caitlin can open it up on Instagram and you can submit your score. So honor system, be honest, and submit that on Instagram. and then I think we'll announce who got the top score.
Yes, because let me tell you, the people came through with the hard questions for Caleb.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
They are very hard, and I'm so thankful to all of you that did that.
I've learned my lesson for talking too much smack.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So yes, it's going to be very exciting, and we're looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So again, more details to come, but look out for, in the next couple of weeks, a Disney trivia episode where we can all play along and see who is the ultimate Disney knowledge keeper.
Let's do it.
All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is our top 5 Disneyland breakfast options.
This is such an exciting episode. I love talking about breakfast food.
Caitlin likes going out for breakfast.
Breakfast is just, there's something about it.
It's good.
Especially at Disneyland.
I like going out for breakfast. I guess the thing I have a problem with, especially locally, we're getting off track already, but like if you want to go for breakfast, I love doing it once in a while, but I'm always like, did I just pay like $45 for like pancakes?
I know.
It's the cheapest stuff to make, but they charge like such crazy. Anyways, but when you're on vacation, you're on vacation, so go treat yourself to some breakfast at the parks, and that's what we do every single time. Let's talk about what our favorite things are.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So we broke down our favorite spots around the park for our breakfast, and we said Disneyland, but we mean like Disneyland Resort. So this does include DCA and all that good stuff in the hotels. We considered price. I always say ambiance or ambience, whatever. Tomato. Food quality and theming in our considerations. Okay. So let's start with it's not our least favorite. You understand what we're talking about. We're going to go 5 to 1. So our least favorite.
And this is our opinion.
Yes, this is my opinion.
So,
you remember
yes.
that? Here we go. Okay, let's talk breakfast. Number 5, Carnation Cafe.
Yes, and before everyone freaks out and goes, how could you? We have a couple reasons why. And overall, we do like Carnation Cafe, obviously.
It's great. It made the list.
It's a part of our list. But we do have a couple things that we wanted to point out and make known for why it's number 5.
Okay, so number one reason is we couldn't even eat there the first time we went to eat after the pandemic and when they first opened up. This is the first sign I've gotten that they are severely understaffed.
Yes.
They said there's something wrong with the kitchen. I'm assuming that was back then, just after COVID, where that was code word for like our cooks didn't show up because they're sick or something.
Right.
So that's not their faults. I'm not blaming the cast members at all. But for some reason, staff issues always affect Carnation Cafe.
Yes.
Our second visit, when we finally got to actually sit and eat, it was during our last trip in January, and they couldn't even get Caitlin a side of eggs because they were only taking your main entree order, no sides, no substitutions, no whatever, because our kitchen's short-staffed.
And again, we understand that like things happen and that cast members, it's not their fault. We know this is going to be a
not
thing,
at all.
but it's always a problem. We've noticed the past 2 times only at Carnation. Like it's never been a problem anywhere else we've gone. So it is kind of a bummer because it's not the best feeling when you're like, oh, okay. again, it's not a big deal at the end of the day, but it's just little things that we wanted to.
Sure. That's why it got knocked down a couple places.
Exactly.
The outside seating is so cool and like iconic, right? That Carnation Cafe sitting there on Main Street, an amazing spot
it's
to eat.
Walt's Place.
Exactly. But half of the restaurant, half of the outside seating is located near bathrooms, which is not the greatest sight or smell.
Right, because again, we wanted to intro this into when you think of Carnation, at least for me, you think of sitting outside. It's like the iconic area. You're able to hear the sights and sounds and the smells of Main Street, whether it's the smells from the confectionery.
And the smells of the bathrooms.
Exactly. So I do notice that when people are back there, it's not really magical. Like I know there's walls up, so it's not like you're eating in the bathroom, but it's kind of a bummer because
How you doing?
Imagine for the people who love going there, that's where you get seated.
Sure.
And then the other thing that we wanted to notice, and this happened to us on our last trip, was we got the best seat, and it's the one outside right in front of the railing that overlooks Main Street.
Yeah.
There was a large family there that was just sitting there while we were eating, or getting ready to eat, I should say. And we were all just staring at each other.
There was like 6 of them.
The most awkward.
And instead of like, I get like if you're resting or leaning against the railing and hanging out.
Totally fine.
But the fact that they were turned around, looking into the restaurant and like legit just staring at us. Like,
at our table.
It was weird.
So if you can picture us outside at one of the tables and then there's the fence, they're on the opposite side of the fence. Literally, you could reach over and touch our table and they're just
like looking.
staring at us.
And like, I was so,
weird.
It was very awkward. So I was like, can we please move inside? And the waitress was like, I'm so sorry. That's so weird. And I'm like, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I was like, is something wrong with me? Like is something in my teeth?
Oh my
or something?
goodness. The overall theming of this is just amazing. And the food, it has the iconic Mickey waffles. It's great. And for those who don't have celiac disease, their Mickey waffle is absolutely delicious. It comes with like a little side of fruit. It's so good.
Yeah, very good. And again, like Caitlin said, she specified if you don't have a celiac thing, the gluten-free, they changed the ingredients or the way they make it. It's not as good as it used to be.
I mean, if you want cake.
Yeah, I love having the option of having Mickey waffles, but these were legit like little cake bites, which were very awkward. So anyways, Carnation, you're at number 5. You've got some decent options, but you've got some staffing issues, it seems like, and also some weird seating notes.
Yes.
Okay, number 4, we've got Red Rose Tavern.
I love this place.
This may be like a curveball for some folks. I don't think it's like top of mind for breakfast.
Well, and when we go with family, they're always like, what? What's Red Rose Tavern?
True.
Like people don't think of that for
well,
some
like
reason.
formerly known as Village House.
Right. But no, I truly love this location. And for those of you who don't know where this is, it's right by, it is in Fantasyland.
Smack dab in the middle of Fantasyland.
Yeah, it's almost, if you look at Casey Jr.'s and like the carousel, it's like right in the middle of both of those. So the theming and just the location of it is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
It's themed to Beauty and the Beast, which is one of my favorite movies. And it has quite a bit of options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which I love. But specifically breakfast, they have they call it I think it's the Bonjour breakfast.
The Bonjour breakfast.
It has scrambled eggs, little potato bites, which are seasoned with I don't know what, but they're so delicious.
MSG.
Yeah. And then
good.
it has sausage and bacon, and then you get a little croissant. It's just, they're so good.
Oh, okay. Must
I
be
love
nice.
it. It's so nice. It's so delicious. But they do have options for people with allergies, which is also amazing.
Yeah, so they have everything, pretty much what Caitlin listed off, except a croissant. So I'm croissantless at breakfast, but that's okay. The potatoes are very good. I'm not kidding. I'm sure there's MSG in them, but they are delicious. So a couple notes that we made here. The seating is very close together here. So even inside and outside, you are sitting on pretty much everyone's lap because it's very tight. So it can feel a little hectic. It's not the most relaxing dining experience. But the cool thing about it is that they do have umbrellas. So in the summer, these are worth $1 million, right? So even in the morning time in Anaheim, it could be 80 degrees and the sun's very hot. And so if you want to escape, sit under an umbrella, this is a great spot to do that at.
Yeah, and another great thing is for breakfast in the morning, the way the building is positioned, the sun is kind of like, I guess the area is more shaded. So it's really nice to just take a break over there and kind of take in the looks and views of Fantasyland.
Yes, very true. And then finally, one last note, actually, if you're interested in eating here, it's very popular for some reason. And actually, this doesn't surprise me. It makes sense. It is in Fantasyland, so all the families are there to go ride those rides. But it's very busy with families. So I've seen dozens of people get turned away at the front door if they didn't have a mobile order in on time. So if you're interested in eating here, even if you're not going to eat there until 10 o'clock, get your mobile order in early, right when you wake up at your hotel or what have you. Get your mobile order in, set a pickup time if you want to eat here because it's very, very busy towards the end of breakfast time.
Yes.
Okay, next up, we've got number 3, Storytellers Cafe.
We love this place.
This is over in the Grand Californian Hotel, so it's the prettiest restaurant on the list. Love the theming inside. Again, it feels a little more elevated because you're in a fancy hotel, and the food is fantastic.
And the service, above all, is always top-notch here.
We always have great experience with servers here. You're right. They are amazing. It's buffet style, so there's a ton of options. There's an omelet station, which Caitlin loves.
It's amazing.
Hey, it's a custom omelet.
And it's always so fun because you get to walk up to like a chef and they're like, oh, what do you want? And I'll be like, I'll take this, this, and this. And they're like, okay. They make it in front of you and they're just talking to you. Like, it's such a fun environment.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun. And while you're eating, it is character dining. So you've got Chip and Dale. I put Brother Bears because I don't remember their individual names. Well, one's Coda, right? I don't remember the other one's name. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, the Brother Bear characters, very fun. But it is one knock on this restaurant is it's very expensive. It's $49 for adults and $29 for the kiddos.
But keep in mind, it is character dining, so
and it's all you can eat.
It is all you can eat. And there's one point I did want to make about this environment of the restaurant, because normally when you think of buffet, you're kind of like,
Sure.
Like it's very hustle and bustle. It's kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
This restaurant is very calm. especially in the morning. So if you really want something that's very chill with your family, whether it's character breakfast or not, this is a really great environment. It's quiet. They have really nice music playing. Like overall, it's amazing.
I agree. And for you allergy folks, you can actually eat here and have all you can eat allergy stuff. It's very rare for like me, someone with celiac disease, like to have an option to be like, I'll take more of that. It's just a very weird, like, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like usually on the cruise ships and stuff, I guess it is all you can eat, but like there's a lot more steps involved to get more of the same thing.
Yes, because normally, like for example, on the cruise line, like when Caleb orders gluten-free waffles, they'll bring him out like 2. And then if he wants more, they obviously go back and make it.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's great that I can get more, but it is like a 20-minute wait. It doesn't feel as like whatever. Here,
they bring you out a plate filled.
I mean, chock full of anything that's gluten-free. They have a plate full. And then once I was getting low on something, I never take advantage. It's definitely not worth. I don't eat $50 worth of food here ever. But like I took like I made a dent in let's say the Mickey waffles, right? And then like they've got a hot. Like, oh, hey, I noticed you were low, and they just, like, slapped another plate full of gluten-free. I was like, this is so much food. So that's awesome. Again, as an allergy person that has to eat like this, it is a very fun experience, so it's worth the price going at least once to experience bountiful gluten-free Mickey waffles.
Yes, and then the only reason we kind of put this towards the middle of our list is the location can be a little bit tricky. As Caleb mentioned, it is over in the Grand Californian. So if you're not staying in the Grand Californian,
it's off the beaten path a little bit.
Exactly. So if you're staying on Harbor or if you're at whatever the Disneyland Hotel, it is a walk over to that. So
very
just
true.
Keep in mind.
And our favorite things, little note, Caitlin loves the omelet bar, and so she loves the omelets, and then I love the gluten-free Mickey waffles.
It's just the match made. It's so good.
I know. It's making me hungry. It's like dinner time, and I'm getting hungry. Okay. Number 2 is Galactic Grill.
A lot of people don't like this place, and I don't understand.
Well, you guys can. I'm just kidding.
I don't understand.
I think people like it for breakfast. I don't know if people love it for lunch
I've
and
heard
dinner.
it for the opposite. For like a couple people on Instagram were like, the breakfast here isn't very good. And I'm like, what?
Get out.
Especially that burrito. I can't even imagine someone saying that. It's so good.
Okay, so they do have very good food. Again, not many options. It's very limited. They pretty much have a breakfast burrito, a breakfast sandwich, an Impossible Bowl, so an option for you vegetarians, and a French toast sticks plate.
Which those look amazing.
They do look amazing, and I miss those. I used to go to Burger King in the morning.
Wow.
My mom would take me there like twice a year.
Really?
I don't think she was a huge fan of me eating that for breakfast, but she would surprise us and go, let's go to Burger King and get French toast sticks. That was before I knew it was killing me from the inside.
Yeah.
So, no. And then I found out at 16 that I couldn't have gluten. So anyways, moving on, Galactic Grill, not a lot of options, but the food they do have is very good. Again, some knocks on this restaurant, not in love with the seating. Most of it is in the sun, and it's like in major walkways, so there's constantly somebody walking past your table, and it's not great.
The theming's kind of weird, too.
It is lost. It used to be called Tomorrowland Terrace, and they changed it to Galactic Grill. I'm not sure why that changes the theming, but
it definitely needs an update.
It does.
Like, again, we love this. There's one area that we like to sit. It's kind of like off the beaten back in the behind the stage area, kind of overlooking Utopia. We usually get a table back there.
Don't tell everyone our secret. I'm just kidding.
Well,
no, it's in the shade and it's overtucked. Yeah, your view is pretty much Star Wars launch bay, and it's very nice.
I love it.
So we're tucked back in the corner. Another knock on this restaurant is that they don't give you cups of water here when you ask for one. Caitlin and I usually stick to water when we're at the parks because I don't need assistance making myself dehydrated with soda or coffee or anything. So anyways, I always ask for a cup of water, but they'll just give me a cup of ice and say, go use the fill station. And I'm kind of a germaphobe, not going to lie. And I've seen a child like manhandle with their little hands, like touch the spout of and it just grosses me out.
Yeah. And then there was one time we did see, there was a little one that put their mouth around the spout. Like they were getting, it was weird.
It was really gross. And so I know how those things are handled.
Yeah.
So I don't want to use those fill stations, most of them. And
they will not give you water.
No, no, you have to use the fill station. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't like the new system of that. But again, not cast member's fault. It's just the new policy.
They will give you ice, which is
They
nice.
will give you ice. So I'll just sit there and chomp. What was I saying? Chomp on ice. I almost said chaunch. Chaunch on ice. Oh, gosh. Okay. Favorite thing there. Caitlin, yours is the burrito.
The burrito. And for those who don't know what is included in the burrito, it has eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, cheese.
Good Lord.
And then it comes with a side of salsa. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot. And
It's so good.
yeah, breakfast sandwich is pretty similar to that, except it just comes on bread, essentially. But again, gluten-free option, and it is fantastic.
If you are not gluten-free, get the burrito. It's so good.
Whatevs. Okay, number 1 on our list, we have reached our number 1 breakfast spot at the Disneyland Resort, and that is, drumroll, Craftsman Grill.
Yes, we love this area. Again, another restaurant that is over by the Grand Californian. The theming inside, there's really not much to it, but I do enjoy the music, and the food is always good. It's very consistent, and we enjoy that.
It's good. The one note I have on this place that may be kind of a negative about it is that it's a little expensive for kind of what you get, I would argue. Again, it is a breakfast spot at the Grand Californian, so they're going to price it as, a little more elevated experience. But yeah, I mean, like, I think a breakfast plate here is I think it's like 15 or 16 bucks.
Yes, and they do have an American breakfast plate. They have Belgian waffles, they have flatbreads, they have breakfast sandwiches, they have salmon bagels. They have a ton of different things. And this is also one of the locations that you can get an egg white omelet, which I think was awesome.
Okay.
Yes. And again, the kids' meals are awesome.
If you're feeling healthy.
Yes. And what I also love about this restaurant is they have these self-serve drink machines with a ton of different variety of different Coca-Cola products.
And they have Mr. Pibb.
They have Mr. Pibb there, and they also have they have fruit cups, they have yogurt, they have chocolate milk for the kiddos, they have little Dasanis for them. Like, they have a ton of different options in there that you can pick up, as well as the cute little decorative donuts that they come out with.
Oh yeah,
Those are all there.
Those
so
are always very
it's
pretty.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a lot of options. It's a grab and go option. So if you guys are in a hurry and you want to go catch a ride or something, like Caitlin mentioned, they have a bunch of prepackaged stuff. But if you want to take the time, trust me, it's worth it to sit down and have a gluten-free piece of toast. It's very rare that I can have that, and they have that here.
Yeah, and another pro of this place, it is right next to the security checkpoint that enters into DCA. So Caleb and I normally go to this restaurant the day that we're going to DCA first, because again, it's just so quick to get
into. And then,
into.
you just get to enter through that entrance.
Yeah, it's
very
awesome.
Nice. Then you can always go, if you're not planning to go to the parks right after, go to the gift shop inside of Grand California.
We love that gift shop.
I love that. They always have something. I'm always tempted to purchase something in there. A Grand Californian mug, picture frames, just fun little knick-knack things.
Yes.
Very
One
fun.
day we will stay there.
One day.
I always forget you've already been there.
I've been there. I was little. I was like, I was probably 12 or 13.
Every time I see people that stay there, I'm like, oh,
I know.
so jealous.
Yeah, I'm always sitting there like,
I'm so jealous. It's just so beautiful.
I'm angry, but also happy for
I'm
you.
so happy. We're
I'm
happy
just
for you.
but also angry. No, it is. We'll make it happen one day. It's just, you got to save up for it.
Yeah, well, and we want that one room. It's like our bucket list room, which we've talked about so many times on here.
Overlooking the Grizzly Peak area for the low price of $2,000 a night.
It's one of the more expensive ones. I know that.
It's probably expensive.
It's crazy.
Ugh.
Which I didn't know, off topic again, that the rooms overlooking downtown Disney, how expensive those are.
Oh, super expensive.
I don't, in my mind, those wouldn't be that expensive.
Why?
You would think that you wouldn't want all that out there because of the noise.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of soundproofing, to
They
be honest.
do. But it's just like, I don't know. I would totally stay on and look down at everyone people watch. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I would too. So you want to make that happen for me? I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Like, sure, I'll do it.
No, I'm just kidding. And then lastly, I don't think we mentioned our favorite thing to get here, and that is that American breakfast plate. Comes with like scrambled eggs, or however, actually they ask you how you'd like it prepared, which is nice. And then bacon or sausage, a little piece of toast.
And tater tots.
And the tates.
They're
very
not
good.
gluten-free.
No, I
They're
usually get
delicious.
fruit, but they're very good. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed listening to our favorite breakfast spots. Send us something over on Instagram what your favorites are, and if we missed any that we should have mentioned, or if you agree with our list.
Yes, I know a lot of people love going to Pim's. We have not done that for breakfast yet.
I have not done
and
that.
they have a gluten-free breakfast plate.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, we have to try that.
Yeah, so that was one thing that I noticed. So again, like Kayla mentioned, let us know where you like to go, because we are always looking for more breakfast options.
Yes.
At Disney.
Very, very true. Thank you so much for listening. It has been so much fun recording with you today. You can find us over on Instagram at Market House Podcast and Twitter at Market House Pod. Make sure to follow us over there for all of our park announcements and just kind of stuff that's going on in our lives. And you can see the hectic state of our house, I guess, right now with all the boxes. We should hop on and show the people what it looks like. It's not pretty.
It's going to be good.
There's a lot of boxes and tape around.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be great.
Please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Giant help to the show. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. And check out the episode details for that link. And finally, last but not least,
Yes, use our Wishes and Co. code for 15% off your entire purchase. That is Market House 15. That only is through the end of February. So the day you are hearing this, you have today and tomorrow, which is Tuesday, to use that.
yes, if you're listening on, when we release this, 2 days to use that 15% off code. Go save some money on Wishes and Co. merchandise and get a new look for the parks. Or if you're just going to the mall, you can always just pop it on and act like you're going to the parks.
Oh my gosh, they have the cutest stuff.
Yeah, very fun. All right, join us next week for another episode. It's been fun. It's been great. Bye.
Bye.